Hey, so today I've got a list that was sent in to me by Randy from a friend. Sure. Now it is from a friend of Randy. I don't know who made the list. So and I've also got two from Simon Pope. Let's go see the lists, shall we? So this is Randy's buddy who sent in a 19 order dice, 1250 points. I think 19 order dice may turn out to be a little low at 1250, depending on your local meta and what happens. Inexperienced commander with 2 extra dudes. That's nice. Always nice to have a little extra. And as long as you can get them with the free weapons upgrades, that's amazing, right? Enjoy it while it lasts, boys. Then we have regular infantry here with Fausts. I'm not sure the Fausts are worth it anymore, and these are large infantry groups. They are definitely worth it, because if you're going to run regulars, you need them to have a lot of heft. And because they're full strength, you can even outflank with them. So that's nice. Forward artillery observer, because it's really good now. Not sure about the extra men, but, equipped as modeled. Extra dudes with SMGs. Light mortars, 2 of those, regular. I would never ever take light mortars regular. I don't see the point. I would simply save the points and take them inexperienced. You're not shooting any worse. And you're still, very vulnerable as a 2-man regular team. So I would just do that. Platoon commander, inexperienced, 2 extra men. He's really leaning into those free SMGs, isn't he? AA gun, nice. Having that little flag if you're up against an American, it's always nice. And the light autocannons are really good. It is fixed, as are the howitzers, the medium howitzers. I'm not sure they are worth it anymore. Look at that, 36-inch minimum range for indirect fire, which sucks. But it's still very deadly shooting directly. And a heavy weapons platoon as well. This is the 3rd platoon. We've got a platoon commander, inexperienced, 2 extra men, of course, 2 heavy mortars, regular. Why? Are you going to use your air observer as spotter? I think you are, because I don't think you've got spotters anywhere else. You haven't. 3 dog mines, yep. And a tank platoon, the 4th one. Again, by the way, I think I would buy these inexperienced. No reason to have them regular if you're not going to use a spotter. Just buy them inexperienced, save the points. The dog mines are still very, very good. Very vulnerable, of course, inexperienced dudes. They die like flies. But they're very good. Hide them and just threaten enemy armor away. And then a tank platoon. Oh, and remember to keep them separate from your tanks. The T-26 with machine guns. That's a machine gun little thingy. And the SU-76s with the light howitzer. I like the light howitzer thing also because you can fire as a medium anti-tank gun. So you can sit there and just be a +1 to hit anti-tank tank hunter, right? For me personally, I wouldn't. I don't think I would run them in my Soviets. I do have a Soviet army here. It's not my own. It's painted to me by Simon Brecken, and it's now part of the Danish library where you can borrow an army. But I do use it occasionally, and I don't think I would run an SU-76. Just it's not my style. I don't like the open-topped howitzer things, but it is good. It is actually good. So yeah, that's a lot of firepower. I like this list. Whoever who made this, it's a good list. I think it's really good. There are small changes I would do. The mortars I would cut down to inexperienced, and maybe buy yourself a couple more infantry squads if you can. That's more or less it for me. You could go light howitzer with the howitzers simply because that range is not good for you, but see if it works out. We don't know yet what the meta is about howitzers, so we shall see. And then I have 2 lists from Simon Pope. So the first one here is an Italian list. Simon writes that he is used to be at least an assault-focused player who is now having to recalibrate. I can empathize with that. So 16 order dice, 1250. I think 16 order dice is low. I think the average for 1250 is going to be around 20-ish. So 16 is going to be low. Platoon commander regular with with an extra dude. I'm not sold on regular platoon commanders. Company commanders though. Paraducici with Faust. Fausts again I think are maybe not worth it anymore. It's a large and very expensive squad here. You've got a lot of machine guns, submachine guns, which is good, and you got a couple of rifles to, shoot a little bit further or take off as casualties. I like that. Another Paraducici, a little bit smaller. I think this is the right side for a Para unit for the Italians. 7 men, 5 submachine guns, very deadly. Infantry sections, these are just regular infantry dudes, light machine gun. If possible, I think I would take them in a 5-man or 6-man size. 7 men is a little bit chunky for something that most likely is going to sit in your back line in your deployment zone and just use the light machine gun. Is the light machine gun worth it now? Yeah, it kind of is, a little bit. I at least have had fun and success playing around with them. I don't think I could have done much better for the points anyway. An anti-tank rifle, nice. For Italians, yeah, nice. We just need the Case Blue rules to come back for that. And Autobredetto, that's the armored carrier. I'm not sold on these. Yeah, it is much cheaper now, but... Oh, it's close-topped. Yeah, that might be worth it. Because that's a hull-mounted medium machine gun that you can just sit there in your own back line and be another machine gun in your back line. I wouldn't use it to push anything up, I don't think. Right. And then we have an artillery platoon commander inexperienced, AA automatic cannon, light howitzer, and an anti-tank gun. I'm not sold on pure anti-tank guns, although I think versatile guns are now much more interesting. That can fire both as a light AT gun or as a howitzer. Much more interesting. But the light AT guns, yeah, it's +1, but you're stuck in one place and you're just sitting there waiting for something to pop up, right? Armored platoon, yes. The L3 with double hull-mounted forward-facing machine guns. I think I would actually go and see if I could find some autocannons instead. A heavy Semovente with hull-facing, forward-facing medium AT gun. Nice. That packs a punch. Medium tank. And an AA truck with a 360 light autocannon. That's the one. Right, 55 points, double shots, 48-inch range. That is deadly. And another Semovente. Lovely little platoon here. Very different from what you would be used to running. But, it packs a punch. Nice bit of infantry here. Nice bit of artillery. It's a little bit static, but yeah. And then the second platoon from Simon here is a US rifle platoon. 19 order dice, 1250. Better on the order dice as well. Platoon commander, regular again. I'm not sold. Infantry, regulars, 9-man regulars. No, they're veterans. Tough fighter. That's a good combo. These guys can push up, and because they're tough fighters, they're very unlikely to be charged. They can sit on objectives and just hold them. Infantry squad here, regular, with a couple of BARs. I'm still on the fence, as I've said multiple times, about the BAR versus the LMGs. So, yeah, maybe. I'm not feeling the BAR. because as the rules are written, I don't think they get anything in that rifle maneuver and fire rules. I don't think they count for that. If they don't, I'm not sold. If they do, well, okay. Sniper team with submachine guns, nice. They can go out and hunt a bit. Bazooka team, yep. Always bring your bazooka teams. Light mortar, inexperienced. That's the way to run them. And then we have a recce infantry platoon. Now that's interesting because I have yet to figure out how and why to use the recce infantry platoons here. So a platoon commander, inexperienced. We've got veteran with submachine guns. I don't think you need to buy both the submachine guns and the tough fighter. You can just get away with having just one of them. And I would take the submachine guns because they're better than the tough fighter. More expensive, but better. But these two are good push units. They've got the size, they've got the weapons. Have them push up against objectives or where you need to clear out enemies. Bazooka team and transport vehicles. He's got 3 transport vehicles, which are white scout cars, 2 of them, and a jeep for the bazooka team. Very good push. Very, very good push. I think you can get away with buying the white scout cars inexperienced. Just because, yeah, you have a pintle mounted HMG, but with inexperience, you're still hitting on 5s. Although you will be moving, hitting on 6s. Nah. They are worth it, right? 68 points with an HMG, that's definitely worth it. Also because now it can damage tanks, and the HMG gets the +1, which is the magical thing that allows it to pin tanks as well. We're supplementing this with another artillery platoon here. So inexperienced commander, extra man, howitzer, AT gun, and a jeep for the tow. Yeah. Not a massive fan, as I've said, of the light AT guns. Howitzers, maybe worth it, especially with the gun shield. It's got a spotter as well. Not massively useful, but, you know. I like the push of infantry in this list. I really do. Yeah. Me personally, I don't think I'll run many artillery platoons, just because of that nerf to the howitzers. It's just now finicky to use, isn't it? Anyhow, that was it from me today. I hope you enjoy that, and I will see you in the next video. Cheers.